Today we're going to be playing some Arachas Swarm. No Tatterwing garbage around here, just true Arachas Swarm as the title says. And we're going to try a little something different today. We're going to try a little different formatting. So we're going to go just a wide view at the deck, and then for the detailed card descriptions and reasoning, we'll add that to the end where we don't talk about the options, because I think they kind of overlap a little bit anyway. So, as for the deck, we are playing Arachas Swarm. The idea here is we want to get a bunch of drones out via various cards and pay them off. We are playing some tempo cards like the Roach and the Knickers here. And overall, it's a Golden Necker deck. The Golden Necker is just a payoff. You can play a bunch of guys with a special card and then boost them with a unit in the same turn. We have stuff like Yennefer. We have stuff like the Bone Talismans, stuff like the Chimeras, and then the lock to spawn Chimeras. Just take advantage of our rows full of drones and boost them all up. As for the rest of the deck, we have some consistency. We mentioned Roach Knickers. We have the Riders. And overall, we're just going to try and make a bunch of drones and boost them up. We also have stuff like Sayer Khan. We have the Lord Riptide for control. A couple of selections, just some damage to help us keep our guys alive. As far as the special cards, one card I want to highlight here that we are going to try out today is Indraga Queen. We mentioned this on the tier list for monsters. This card is not good, but you know what? I thought we can try using it because it does gain armor equal to the provision cost of the consumed unit. So what we want to do here is we have several units we want to consume. The Roach, the Knickers, and the Wisp of Tribute, for example, and get some armor off and see if maybe you can make something work with that card in this deck. But overall, we're just going to be trying to make a bunch of tokens, boost them up, get our row effects punishing here, and just see if we can get some value out of this deck. I think it works pretty well, and it doesn't go too tall, which is good into the current meta, because a lot of tall punish, so we can avoid that, hopefully by staying wide, and get some wins. Triple Hades, interesting name, Precision Strike. Precision Strike is a little annoying because it can ping off our tokens. They have a lot of ping damage, stuff like Berserkers, stuff like even an armored Zoltan. All that stuff's kind of annoying. I do want to keep a Toad Prince. Because consuming a range throw Chariot's pretty helpful to stop those ping damage for round 1. Don't think he's going to boost too much till round 3, potentially if he's playing, say, Synthesis Blaze. It could also be Renfree. Not a big fan of this here, I think. I'm going first, so you'd like to see the Rider. I think this hand's pretty solid. We are missing Golden Necker, so I'd like to redraw another card, but I think we'll go with what we have here for the moment. Well, redraw is worth more once we have our thins anyway. So, just begin here. We don't have a ton of row boost in this deck. Right, so we're only playing one Bone Talisman. Is that a Pyro? Interesting. We don't know what it is still. Good thing here is if we spawn some drones, he's going to lose out on some value. Bone Talisman is usually the card we want to have tutorable. Bone Talisman or Evolution. For this, I don't want to use it early then to grab one. I think we should use a token here. Just use 1 leader charge and play this. We might see some leaders here. We might see Berserker. Hopefully there's no Elven Archers. Ah, it's bombs. Okay. So the Cataclysm is going to be an issue. We have no Banish here. Oh, no Madoc. Or he drew it. You can always draw Madoc off of this. So it tells us the Siri Nova is not safe unless we last say it. We could have consumed this, by the way, with the Toad Prince, but I wasn't sure what he was playing. I didn't want to use it early. I don't think saving for Bone Talisman makes too much sense anymore. He's going to have the row punish for us, and we do want to pull out our Roach and then go in with the Queen. She's going to be pretty vulnerable. Here, I think we should pull a Nest. I don't think we're going to need the full tempo from her Unspontaneous Evolution yet. And this gives us a couple more drones. So it's going to be dragons. Dragon bombs. Let's do our consume here. Probably going to see an Ike come down and kill this. Trading Ike for 6 version cards, not too bad. Although to be fair, nothing else is really going to go tall. Yeah, so we're going to lose our drones here. Surprised he didn't kill more of them ranged. We have actually a really good behemoth. Definitely going to take that. Really solid. We'll go in with Chimera. There's our Knickers. Since he's committing Akvist and Murgat the Brakke here, we're really happy just to keep playing our payoff cards. We can kill off the Akvist with Sayer Khan this turn. Then he won't get the row damage, which would be perfect. The only bad thing really could happen here is if he goes in with his leader charges. There's the Madoc. So we did top deck it off of this. Either top deck it off of that, or he just had it in hand. So to make sure we still have units for Sayer Khan to kill the Akvist. And we do. We're looking at 8 units at the moment. So we'll just take out the Akvist here. The only thing is ranged is the row for Yennefer. But I don't think we're going to really need her. So let's do this guy melee. Take this out. More bombs would be the worst thing that could happen here. So at the moment we have a really nice Chimera. Yeah. Well, hopefully he just hits the non-drones, but he probably will hit at least one. Yeah, so we hit a bunch of drones. How many Moon Dusts are we looking at? He hasn't played one yet. We do have Chimera. The leader charges are really nice. Just go like leaders into Yennefer. We can also go Nest into Yennefer. Just debating about the Chimera here. Given his deck, I think what makes the most sense here is to consume the Madoc. The Toad Prince. This denies him the range from killing off some more drones. So we want to keep the drone count pretty high. And I don't think we're going to get value on it otherwise. Nice. So he's used up 2 of his dragons. Villain Trentonmerith is not that scary because the Chimeras should be bigger than our drones, but if we do end up with a bunch of drones, we could be in trouble. Okay, so we do have a Golden Necker here. That's very interesting. Don't have the best units. We would like to draw a nest here. That works too. So I want to be able to pay off potentially some drones here. I don't think there's going to be a Shiru. The precision strikes without the dragons tend to be the Shiru ones. Don't want to draw this. Spores isn't a great special here, but it's okay. Do this. Decree's going to grab us. Probably Chimera. Let's keep this. So I think we want to do some wide pressure here, then finish with a Siri while trying to keep this. Get some drones out. If these don't die, we'll consider Decree Yennefer next turn. We could just go 3 of these, Decree, Yennefer, Chimera, Golden Necker, if we want to do a really hard push, or just save the Golden Necker. We will get some Chimera value. Decree on the Yennefer. I like this push. Also denies him the points on Madoc, because when he uses the order, he loses the 2 boosts. And now they'll stay alive better. Go Bone Talisman, all kinds of stuff. Put the tempo pressure on him. Alright, so there is the Villain Trentonmerith. But the Chimera should protect against that. Might get an Ike on this. It's like he's trying to set it up. We do play the Siri into it. Debating with the Golden Necker here. We do have Siri carryover. Yeah, let's do this. Not the best Lord Riptide. It deals 9 and dies. I think I'd rather play this range to protect against this guy. Let's spawn a token here. Then just grab another Chimera. We grab a 4. Yes, let's go to 10. So it's going to need some ping damage to make this blowout here happen. But I think we should have saved our drones. Then we go Bone Talisman. Then end with Siri. I think we're going to have a good chance at a 2-0 here. He's going to kill 3 drones, sure. It's only just 10. So if we go end with Siri, we don't have a great round 3. We'll just be like nest into this. But I think we can... I think we still go for this here. We get an extra point if we do this first. I want him to play a Moondust if he's holding it. We're up by 39, which is really good. And we just 2-0 him. Perfect. Fruits of Isgith. This will probably just be the standard meta deck. Although we play Lilith's Omen, so we have a little bit more in mind of Lilith's Omen here. Now, Riders are not going to go off for us here, unless we're opening the round, so I actually just want to put those back. He's going to have Dominance this entire time. Spores, pretty solid later against him, so I think we might hold it. At the moment, we don't have a targeted answer to... The one issue here is we don't have a targeted answer other than Sayer Khan to the Ethereal. So that's one issue we're looking at right now. I'll put this back. It's better later. I really want to look for our Sayer Khan. We do have Decree to get him, but he's going to start a round with it. It's not ideal. And there's the starting round with it, like I just said. He does put it to 10, which is outside of Lord Riptide range at the moment, after his nerf. This will win him this round, because we can't contest it. But it's kind of nice to have that out of the way. Question is, what do we want to play if we're just going to give up here? Probably a Nest. We are going to play into his game plan here, which I don't think is ideal for us. Griffin time. I know Griffin. He's going to play Ranged Fiend, maybe? I want to play the other Nest range, but I don't want to play too much of our row setup. To be fair, though, we have better cards. And if we go to long round 3, we overthrive with it. Not thrive. Overswarm. And we'd overswarm with 2 Nests round 3. Troubadour. Ah, more Harpy shenanigans. So he, like I said though, we're just giving this round up. There's nothing we can do about this. So I don't want to Toad Prince here. I want to Toad Prince his other Harpy later, potentially, if we could. Let's just at least present a bit of threat on our row swarming. We still don't have the necessary adrenaline for Chimera. Don't want to play Bone Talisman here. I'm debating, we do want to thin out the Roach, but I'm debating what gold we want to play. Because we can't play this or this. Maybe it's Toad Prince. No, we want to play him later, I think. Good thin with Tribute. Question's how good is Spores, really? It's going to be a Mourntart deck, so if we can get Last Say, we get the Spores is good, but we're not getting a Last Say, so we might just consider throwing away the Spores. Probably just thin out a Natural Selection. This makes the most sense, I think. Get some rows going here. Now he kind of has to respect us a little bit because of Yennefer into Bone Talisman. That's why he's 20-point lead. However, we're not really considering playing here. We're just going to pass. Nice, we actually got the Betsy out. Betsy's a really good card, because it replays 2 of these, which spawns 2 more guys. Usually you want to replay the copies, though. So I actually killed the copy. Now, if we go Bone Talisman, we're getting like 16 points here. Then we'd be stuck in Yennefer, and Knickers could roadblock us, so we're going to pass here. It's dangerous to keep playing, because if Knickers comes out after we play the Bone Talisman, we're just like, our rows are full and we lose. So we can't really allow that to happen. There's a pretty good chance he'll come out before that happens, so we'll just give him the round. Do have to put our lock back, because we're holding the Golden Necker. I imagine he's going to try and force that out of us here if he knows we're playing it, or suspects it. If he just passes, we can go in with the Ciri, but he's going to play this round. He wants to try and set up his Mourntart with more guys in the graveyard. Got some good cards left in deck there. The Riders, again, aren't great, but now that we know he's playing this, the Riders aren't as bad. This is good. This is good, I think. I don't know about Toad Prince as much, but... So, we have the Toad Prince already, but it doesn't consume great. I think I'd rather have both. Okay, we'll go with this. We got the Decree for Yennefer or Behemoth. Whichever one we don't use, we'll use round 3. Probably going to open the Troubadour. We hit the guy with this. The bonded one, the Harpy. We see some Highwayman thinning or not? Not in this deck. Usually I see that. Because it pulls out 4 guys for the Mourntart as well. What are we grabbing? Just a Griffin. Alright, we're setting up the round 3. Now as far as... Probably go Megascope next. Might be worth hitting that with Lord Riptide. We don't have anything to target for his... what's it called? Actually, is the Riptide here worth it? I think it might be. What else are we going to hit? Probably don't have our target here. Let's do it. This might play into him hard pushing with Mamuna. I don't think he will. The only bronze we play in our deck is actually Chimera. As long as we haven't played a Chimera, he can't use his Incubus on us. And honestly, Chimera is a 6-point card, so it's not that good of an Incubus. Hopefully he's holding some Megascopes here and can't use them. But I think he's just debating on Mamuna. He's running it. What are we doing? Lady of the Lake. I got the Erendite going. It's not too bad. Let's do this. We'll play Ciri if he passes, but I don't think he'll pass. He has the Golden Froth set up. He wants his Erendite to boost more. Question is, what will he play, though? Oh, he's gonna pass. That is pretty nice, actually. Got our golden necker. Alright, the lock has to go back again, though. Go riders. If we play riders, we get both units. So I think we keep this. Because we can just go riders right away. Now his Erendite shouldn't boost too much this round, which is great for us. We do have to keep in mind our row stacking. Is it Griffin? Because row space is going to probably be an issue. I think we just go hard here. Next turn we just go Decree Yennefer for the big point slam. That's our plan. I don't think these decks normally run Igni, but we should watch out for that with Chimera anyway. Chimera should block. We don't want all of our drones going to 6 on a row with nothing else. Range Riptide, love to see it. Like I said though, our issue is going to be row space, which is why Chimeras are great, because they consume a unit. So they keep our space free on rows. Can't quite kill that. We'd have to Sayer Khan it. Toad Prince hits this. I think our only Toad Prince target will be if we do this. I don't think he's playing a Troubadour. Let's let him spawn another guy, though. We have to last say the Bone Talisman, because I think the row space will be a problem. So we have to play our other units prior to the Golden Necker. Those will add up. I think we'll take one out here. I think that's worth more than waiting. Then we just start point slamming chimeras. It's gonna be worth a lot. Let's drop some chimeras down here. Like I said, though, we have to be really careful about actual row space here. Just the problem with a 10-card round. It's probably why he wanted to get into one. But we do have a good lead for now. And that Erudite's not going to do him much good. I think we have to end up just discarding the Andraga Queen. Oh, please kill one of our units. Okay, yeah, I figured he wouldn't go for it. It doesn't make sense to kill the units for us. This goes to 10. Let's drop it on this row then. Chimeras are playing for like 12 points each, which is pretty good. There's the Erendite. He does actually go for a unit kill there. I think that's a mistake. Go with the Golden Necker. Alright, so for the Behemoth, I actually think we just use it here to boost everything on the row. So I don't want to cap our rows out. We'll do this here. The lock will spawn a Chimera. That'll eat away at one of these guys. Looking at a 61-point lead now. Now, this is not an alpha werewolf deck. So he's going to roadblock us here, which is why we're trying to keep space available. But we still have the Bone Talisman, and we just have too many points ahead that I don't think he can come back. Even given that we're roadblocked here. I mean, he's down 65 points, 75 points or something. Alright, now he goes for a kill. Just drop this in. We will consume this. We can spawn an extra drone here. There's no way he's got this. No way. And he's out here. The 0-point fiend, or the 1-point fiend actually, because we do have an artifact here. Love to see it. I guess it can't reduce itself to 0. That's some Stockpile we have going on. Now, Stockpile is really annoying. Bombardment blows up all of our drones. The ballistas, reinforced ballistas, blows up all of our drones. So getting our rows full against this deck is actually really hard. And he's running Crystal Skull, so that means this won't be useful round 1 unless we have Riptide, which we do. So I think we'll keep trying it. I think we'll go with this. This is a really bad matchup because of the bombardments and all the ping damage. So I think it's going to be important to hold our leader charges till round 3, or round 2 if we go for round 2 push. He's like Crystal Skull or Caro Ballista. Let me do this. Then we could try and do Riders for tempo. Try and save a lot of our Swarmy cards. It's going to be rough though. Because these decks put out a decent number of their own units. Yeah, like I said, let's do this. Crystal Skull. Riptide. Kill it. Go into this. Hopefully he doesn't have a second Caro Ballista. Maybe he doesn't want to play into Lord Riptide. It's possible. Oh, he doesn't. That's intelligent, but I still play it here. I think a key card in this matchup is actually going to be the Endrega Queen. I think she's going to be really good. Still no Crystal Skull. That's perfect. I guess it makes sense. I don't know why he wouldn't do it there. He must be wanting to save it for something else, but it lets us do this, which is nice. I really would like to save Endrega Queen, I think. So we're kind of swarming a little bit here without her. So the Onager is gonna be the issue here. Right, the Onager is gonna be the big problem. There's nothing we can do about Onager. Just spawn some drones. We just have to absorb the Onager damage, which is really rough. So I want to go for the Behemoth, I think, if we can. It should be Onager. And we're gonna lose all of our drones. Yep. So we can ping off all our drones. Still the ranged drone. So I think we'll hit that one with the spontaneous evolution here. I think these both are going off here. As much as we could pass, because this round is really bad. We can't lose this round with this many cards left over, because we just lose the long round 3. Got the Hubert. Gonna keep pinging drones. Ping some more drones. Like I said, this is a really bad matchup, because this is what happens. But we can't give up the round at all. So there's nothing we can do here. We can play a couple more cards. Let's do this. Then we have space for a Behemoth still. We might have to use leaders here. If we go leaders into Behemoth Chimera. Behemoth spawns 2 and itself, so it's 7. We need 2 to max out this row. Let's do it. I'm not worried about running out of row space for Yennefer, just because he's going to kill these. And Chimera can make a space if we need it. Boiling oil. Killing off some more drones. Let's drop our Chimera in here. We do have that last say on Ciri. As far as our Royal Decree, it's probably going to be on a Chimera. Maybe we have to use the leaders here to force him round 2. We do have to Sayer Khan, but I'm trying to save that. Don't know how much more he wants to play. Our Yennefer is not going to be great, which is another issue here.
Lads, we can't discuss this later.
Does Yennefer Ciri actually win the round? Let's take a look. So he has 8 units, and we have 3, 6, 10. So it's worth 6 points, which would get us to... He's 8, so this is worth 6. That gets us to 43. We can then drop a Ciri Nova if we want to.
There'll be nothing to pick up when
Should be ahead by 1 if he doesn't play a card here. He doesn't. So we get ahead by 1 with a Ciri carryover to push. Alright, we did lose all of our leader and stuff for this, but I think the round control here is worth it. I think it's worth it. Now, if we could draw Golden Necker, we'd be really happy. That's actually not too bad. Sayer Khan, not going to do too much for us. That's pretty good. I think we have to look for something else here. Let's have Siege round 3. We don't have a hand to push with here. As much as pushing here is our best play. But he's gonna have to play Amphibious Assault or something. Which, I mean, that's good for him because it gives him Echo and stuff. Or he's gonna use the Echo. That's okay. This just feels really bad. We needed to draw proactive cards here. We have some, right? We have Nest. We have Golden Necker. We have Wispus. Into Nest. Even Drago Queen's not bad. But didn't draw those. Really looking for Golden Necker here. There it is. What are we looking at for the deck? 1 unit. 2 organics. Alright, so this is the hand we're keeping. Hopefully we can remove some stuff from him. Hit that. There's a Rafard's Vengeance. Hate to see it. Especially because he has no Zeal. And we still can't punish it. I think we just Toad Prince the Battering Ram. The fact that we can't remove the Rafard's Vengeance here is an issue. A massive issue. And he's playing Revenants, so that's going to be GG. If any of these go off, the game is over. Thankfully for us, we're probably getting a natural selection off of our Golden Necker. We can't do this yet, so we have to go Golden Necker next turn. Just to try to kill this. Probably going to give us all the bad stuff. That's good. So this is going to grab our 4 damage. This is going to spawn some guys. Want to play melee because of the trebuchet. Go with the chimera. Take this out. Play the chimera. Get some points out here. This might be okay here. We'll see. Next we do the queen into this, into this. Question's how big is the Henselt going to be? I think the Henselt's going to get us. Saving it for last say or something? Interesting. Well, this does spawn 2 drones, but we'll hold off on that. Let's just do this consume. The armor will might be useful here. Actually might be useful. Next turn we have to do the Sayer Khan. I think he'll Henselt first. Because we don't want him to blow up all of our drones. Oh, that's lovely. Love to see it. And go with Rafard's Vengeance. Cooldowns. No Henselt then. Maybe he's trying to draw it? Must be trying to draw it. Got the crew on that. So let's do our spawning. Best Sayer Khan value, I think, is killing Judgment. Also removes the crew, so we'd actually want to play this melee. No, ranged. We'll likely something lives. I don't think we can win this. That's probably Henselt. What's Bombardment? I mean, Bombardment's pretty terrible too. Yeah, we're just done here. We don't have any drones left for our Bone Talisman. But this is a classic counter matchup. Really rough one. We could have gone Bone Talisman before Sayer Khan. I think it's the 5 damage off of that. And Goku, something. So Knights. We can't remove a Knight scenario, which means we cannot let him have round control. If this guy gets round control, the game ends because the Knight scenario outpoints us. So that is something to keep in mind. That means this round 1 is very important. Does this help? I guess this kills Squires, so I think we'd hold it. This kills Squires. This is good. These are some points. Points, Yennefer. Have Golden Necker. There's an Immortals, which we cannot remove, and also bricks our Lord Riptide if we had it, which we don't have, but oh well. Let's get in here with our Point Slam. We're gonna have to get up into big Chimeras, I think, for this round. Sorceress we can't kill. We could set up a kill on it, though, if we do this into the Toad Prince. Which would probably be best. We have a choice. We could kill either the Knight Errant or the Sorceress here. I think we eat the Sorceress, and then we say here Khan the Knight Errant. Just hope he doesn't have a second Sorceress. If he doesn't have a second Sorceress, this is kind of fine. Obviously not amazing, but it's okay. We have a really big lead at the moment. I don't really want to play a Sayer Khan in this situation. Let's go with a Chimera. See if he wants to pass here. We're up 25. Obviously, we want him to pass. I don't want to play golds here if we can avoid it. Nice. Alright, so we've got pretty much what we want here. Got the round control without playing our gold cards. Now we can push this round to pretty hard, I think. As soon as he drops the Knight scenario, we know we lose the round. But if we can stop an Erendite boost or something, that'd be ideal. Spore's really important here. Riptide's really great. This might be doable. Would like to have access to our 4 damage, though. But really, we can't complain about this hand. It's good. Very good. So, let's just begin here. We want to go with Behemoth, I think. Let's just go full Behemoth. So I want to set it up so I can eat it with the Andraga Queen. Go Yennefer. Just really push. Like, we need him to play the scenario here. Nice, we got the scenario. Then we Lord Riptide, whatever this is. That's a really weak card. Come in here like this. Take it out. Unfortunately, the Maiden Shield does have a shield. Now we can either pass on this turn, or we can go in a little harder. He's going to get his Erendite boosting, though. If we just keep what we have for round 3, sure we use Lord Riptide and our leader, but what's he going to do round 3 against this hand? Yeah, we just pass here. He's probably going to play the Resilience guy. Going to grab it off of this. I'll go for a Squires. That's an interesting choice. Now we did spend 5 leaders and a Lord Riptide and an Arachas Behemoth. We traded those for Maiden Shield and the scenario. I think that's probably worth it, because the leaders are just going to overswarm this round anyway. Ciri's not the best card. We really want to find Chimeras, Tributes. We do have Golden Necker. I will keep this, I guess. I don't want to draw the lock. Grabbing our riders would be a little unfortunate here. Now, we can decree this into this, which I think is our play for sure. So we'll set up a drone to start playing spontaneous evolutions and such. Go evolution into this, and then just slowly build up our unit count. I'm debating putting this melee. They'll fill the row up, but then we can start playing Chimeras there. And his Erendite is at like 2 points, I think, at the moment. He's going to Heat Wave that. That's a little mean. But at the moment, I'm pretty sure we're just going with the Golden Necker here. Just hope we don't hit the Riders. So we do hit the Riders. Start with the Chimeras. +8 each Chimera is pretty good. Well, the next one won't be 8 because we don't have that many drones over there. And we'll go in with Yennefer next. Should be huge Yennefer. Alright, we're down by 9. Do we want to spawn these two? We have what? 1, 2, 3 units. We have space. Just enough space. Now we're up by 34, or 35, I mean. Big plays, big plays. Next turn we go Sayer Khan. With one of his ranged guys. Big damage. We're up by 40, about. We have a Spores and a... this should be perfectly good here. Should be a nice, easy round 3 win. I mean, he's gonna steal this shield, but whatever. We're looking good. Heller doesn't do anything. Yeah, he has nowhere near enough points. Grab our 15 there. 18, whatever it is. 17, it's 17. We had a reset on this guy too, so we were way, way ahead. My frame here playing some... My little tab where it says I'm recording and how long is right over his leader ability, so I couldn't see for a second there. But so my Imperial Formation. Now Shupe Soldiers is probably the scariest card or scariest deck here. The deck is extremely good with a lot of carryover. That's the one we're most nervous about. We just drew all of those. Yo, better we draw them all now than round 2. Let's drop this in here. So the reason why Shupe Soldiers is really scary is they have a lot of flexibility and a lot of round 2 carryover, which we don't have much interaction with, and then Shupe can blow up like 13 drones. So, you know, kind of rough. And obviously the Behemoth here doesn't really do much. Not the Behemoth, the Queen doesn't do anything because he's going to lock it. He doesn't have a ton of locks. The only good thing is the locks get no value outside of her. So that's nice. Yeah, here comes some pings. We're going to lose a bunch of guys. It is what it is. I think we have to remove that. Have to get rid of that. Also gets our Roach out of our deck, so that's kind of nice. Grab the Knickers. There's our round 1 tempo. We should win this round. The scary thing is the round 2. If it's like the Shupe Resilience-based decks, we have some really big problems with him just carrying over 3 scenarios or 3 artifacts and stuff. I'm debating... I think we'd want to open this into this round 2. You know, this gets locked. Maybe try and get some value that way. Nothing worth Decree. Except for Siri. I think Decree on Siri here is worth it. We go for a round 2 push. We're going to need the extra tempo. And this should be a turn where he doesn't have control for it. We do it round 2 and Vilga Forts it or something. So here, at least, we can maybe get her carrying over. Nice. I think that makes the most sense to go for it here. Now, if we draw a Golden Necker, we'll be super happy. This gives us a really strong push potential. Otherwise, Chimeras are good. Yeah, Chimeras are good. I don't know about selection here. I think we could... Any soldier engine we could hit with this, will just re-armor. That's a lot of row stuff. We have to redraw for Golden Necker. I don't think we need both of these. Still no Golden Necker. We do thin down to 5, which means we should see it. Unless it's on the bottom. So the bottom 2 cards, we never see it, but you know what? That just happens in, what, like 7% of games or something. It just happens. It's way down there. We do want to thin our deck, though, because we don't have it. We want to go Tribute this round to thin out our deck a little bit, hopefully help find it. Do that now. Let's grab an evolution just for the tempo push. We're going to play everything that's not our drone range, so we get maximum chimeras on the range or melee row. Go queen next. Get it locked. It's fine. This is standard soldiers then, just Bakala and such. We can actually Lord Riptide this marine. which should be quite nice. Can't do it quite yet. Since we can't do it yet, we'll begin our progress here. Now this should get locked by a lock, and then the Marine should go up to and get hit by Riptide. He should lock this. I know, he's hovering it because no one ever plays it. I actually think that this card is pretty good in these Golden Necker decks. I've been quite impressed with the Andrega Queen. Because consuming a Roach or Knickers or something just gives you a ton of value. So now we drop the Lord Riptide. We are in Igni range at the moment, which is a little bit scary. Well, they're not in the range. If we get 3 more points back there, we are. The way we play around that is by consuming the drone that's at 5, which also stops the infused effect from hitting us. Do that next turn. Crosswoman's the scariest card here, right? Because there's so much ping damage. Yeah, that's not Crosswoman. That's good. Excuse me there. He's going to get a lot of engine points. We do have a Spores, which is quite good into one of these. The thing is, he is a carryover base deck. So that is the scary thing. And we have confirmed it isn't Shupe at this point, right? Because he spawned one of these, then he's played... Oh, he played one off this. It still could be a Shupe deck. That is quite scary. Let's do this. Amplify the point lead. Now we don't get Ignied for 16, it's just 10. I know, what a improvement. There's the War Council. And Gaith Sword. So this probably on Riptide. You hate to see that one. Go for a 1 spawn on Behemoth or a double leader and a Chimera. It's still good. This is still row boosting. I think it's still fine. It plays for what? 8, 9, 12? That's okay. So this is the Shupe deck. So if he goes to round 3 with this carryover, we do lose, but we're pushing here. We can't let him win this with this much carryover. That being said, we do have a Golden Necker round 3. He's going to probably go Resilient Shupe here next turn. Or he's going to go play like Ale or Mushy Truffle. The only thing we can really do here is keep on pushing points. Pushing those points hard. We need him to use his Resilience clicks this round. Which is going to be really hard because he did use a Yan. But he's down 29, so he might have to. That's the only real consideration here. It's the Redea. We knew this was coming. He's got the Shupe still. I think we just have to keep going here. We have to make him play his stuff. He has to use the orders and he has to use the Shupe. If he goes into round 3 with those, it's going to be a GG. There's the Heat Wave. Do the reset. He's got to catch up 31. He should be able to do it because he's got 8 points on Marines, which means he needs another 23. But I think he's going to have to use the Shupe or the Resilience clicks, which is what we want. Let's see if we can do it. If we just go into round 3 with him not having carryover, and we just get our Golden Necker, it should be okay. That being said, we have a 5 out of 7 chance of drawing the Golden Necker, which we should draw it, but you never know. There's the Shupe. We got that. It's going to be Resilience, I'm pretty sure. Yep, Resilience. We're making him use the clicks. That's nice. He does get 8 points off of Marines. So that'll get him up by just 1. He's got it. Alright, so he's got 1 resilience. He's got Shupe resilience and a card in hand up over us. Our plus side, he's just going to have slave drivers and like 2 Nausicaas probably. But we just have to find the golden necker. And there it is. Doesn't mean we win, but we definitely don't win if we miss it. Unit, special, special. I would like to have nest in hand, so we could go nest first. Nice, go nest. These are not good cards for him, because we're not going to be playing many units. Crossbow is, though. Let's hope he doesn't have a second crossbow. And we know he can't, because he's playing Shupe, and he played the one earlier. So he's not like Nausicaas and stuff. He already played the slave driver. He only gets 1 of those. Forgot about that. So he just has like 1 Nausicaa, Ramon, and then I don't know, some lock card, probably 5 version card. We got most of his good stuff out already. So when we go in here, our only unit is Sahir Khan. So we do actually want to spawn this. Sahir Khan here. If we hit the armor off his guy, how much does that help? We waste 3 damage into it. If we don't, he'll get 2 damage on us and 2 damage on Yennefer. 2 damage on this, play Yennefer. So it's worth removing the armor from his guy. It's worth it. Grab our Chimera. Still has a Vilgefortz if he's running it. I don't know if he is. He's missing 1. He has Heat Wave. I think this is the gold card he would have kept. So there's the Nausicaa. That's the known card. I think he just has so many units that I don't think we can do this. He's going to armor this up. Yeah. Alright, that wasn't worth it then. I think he's got it. Not close. I think this is the Lord Riptide from the Echo. Alright, we'll give it to him. Alright, this is... I think here we need more spawning this round. Alright guys, that's the deck. This is the true Arachas Swarm. None of the Tatterwing garbage. Now as far as the deck itself and the cards, individual discussions, and changes, I do enjoy this deck. I think one change, as sad as it is Draco Queen really doesn't cut it. I wanted to play her for the content today, which we kind of mentioned in the beginning. We're just playing her because I don't think she's very good. The best chance to use her in a deck, I think, is something like this, where you can consume a Roach or a Knickers and get that long round, like spawning the drones each turn. But really, it's not worth it. You have enough drone spawning that this doesn't really matter most of the time. I have had some games where she gets a lot of value, just because she gets so much armor. So, like, against, for example, Raid Warriors, having 10 armor on a card is pretty good, or just having the 10 armor versus, like, random damage. But you're still so weak to random damage, like bombardments, that doesn't help that much. But I think overall, she just doesn't quite do what we need her to do. And to be honest, she's the only card in the deck that can be locked, so she will always be locked, because the opponent's going to have probably like a Deregere, or they're going to be like Nilfgaard with locks. They're going to have a lock somewhere in their deck, and the only card that can take it is this, so it's always going to get hit by a lock, which means its value is pretty much never there, and it still dies to like hard control, but that's why the consuming of Knickers or something isn't so bad, right? If they Heat Wave this, you lose like 8 points. It's not the worst thing. But overall, I think the much, much better card is Parasite. Same version slot, it's an organic, gives us that targeted damage that so often we are missing. A 6 reach on a special is just super good. Yeah, Parasite's definitely the card. I was debating playing Parasite and Draco Queen earlier, but in the end, I just went with the Draco Queen. I was debating cutting the Toad Prince because I wasn't finding much value from him. Like, he wasn't really doing much for us. I don't think he did much for us today either. Like, I'm considering getting rid of him. Maybe putting Mastercrafted Spears in, more control or something. But overall, I do enjoy the deck. As far as changes, I think, in cards you include, Gold Knuckers makes a ton of sense because you're playing... For Arachas Swarm, you need tempo, because you have to set up and develop. One thing you can play is Kikimor Queen, which I didn't do in this deck, but Kikimor Queen is another option here. If I'm going to go in with her, I debated it, playing like the Queen deck with both of them. The thing with Kikimor Queen is she is definitely worth playing. I just didn't want to try her out in this deck in particular. I wanted to try see how Endrega Queen did, and we've done Kikimor Queen before, so I wanted to try something a little bit different this time. However, she's really nice because off of the Golden Necker, you grab her, you grab an organic, and then you grab from the lock, it will trigger her Thrive. So she's going to go off twice there. It's quite nice, actually really good point slam. The issue with her is the setup isn't the most consistent. We don't have like the most consistent cards. Like I think for her deck, you'd probably want to play the Arcane Tome to thin your deck out a little more, because you really need that setup for her to have exactly those cards. You want to make sure that it doesn't really matter what organic you get, but you know, she's an option you can play in here for sure. I think we're going to try her out again after this. But for the rest of the deck, I think we talked about Riptide, having that control is good. The carryover Sirenova is good. I don't think she's as good as Kikimor Queen, really. I think Kikimor Queen's value is probably higher, but I am really big on the resilience, because resilience, there's so much resilience. Like every deck at the moment seems to be a carryover deck, so you kind of need at least a little bit of your own to match that. The Roach Knickers are just for thinning to help find the Golden Necker without playing Arcane Tome, because I don't like Arcane Tome at the moment. I think letting your opponent find their own specials, because everyone's just going to spam their own specials against you. Usually that's not as good for you. Like finding Golden Necker is great, but then they play a card and then you don't use the Tome again, usually because you don't want them playing more. And as much as that can be helpful just to have the more consistency, I just don't like it at the moment. So I wanted to play Roach Knickers to be eaten by Endrega Queen, and then also to have the synergies with thinning our deck out. But if you're going to take out the Endrega Queen, I think it's not as important to have the Knickers and the Roach. I just wanted to make sure we had something to consume with her. Then we have the Yennefer. She's great. Locke's great. It does spawn 2 drones, is also kind of nice. Gets you Chimeras. Behemoth is a pretty decent card. It's not the strongest thing out there. It's nice that it spawns the 2 drones, and then if you get the row boost, it's good value. So if you play this, you say you have 6 drones on a row, you play this, it spawns 2 drones, and gets +8 on the drones. So it's 10, it's playing for 13. It's not great, but it is a card that spawns drones for you. And it's also like a row payoff card. It's alright. I'm not the biggest fan, but you do need units in the deck, right? We're only at 13 units. I think it's one of the... Okay, it's like alright. Toad Prince is one we talked about. Like, I'm not a big fan at the moment. We just keep playing. Everything seems to be point slam, so this doesn't really do much consuming. It's decent. Like, it's not bad. We usually find value from it somewhere, but it's not the most consistent removal thing at the moment. Knickers, Wispa's Tribute. I think I'm going to cut Knickers if we, since we take out Endrega Queen and find something else. Probably put Kikimor Queen back in because I like her. Or we'll cut, like, maybe Siri for Kikimor Queen or something like that. Maybe Toad Prince. Then we have the Wispa's Tribute. You have to play her. Say your con, I think you have to play as payoff. Bone Talisman. I would love a second Bone Talisman, I think. I only ran one initially because it's not like consistent value. You're not always finding, like, you can't guarantee that every round you're going to be able to play Bone Talisman. But I think enough of the time we want the second Bone Talisman that I'm going to put it in, I think, if we can find a spot. Probably by cutting Toad Prince and going Bone Talisman, I think makes me a little bit happier. Now that we have the Parasite in here, we do gain a provision there. We'll see what we can do with that, I think. And then we have the evolutions. We talked about Parasite. I think it's really good. Like, all the bronzes, I think, are, except for Spores, mandatory. I think the Riders, unless you're going to play Arcane Tome, I think the extra consistency is, like, needed. And they also play 2 units at once, which is really great for the deck. Selections are just good to have some control. They spawn. You hit, like, a 1-power token, you get 3 spawns off it. It's kind of nice. 4 spawns because of the passive. Spores hasn't been doing... I like having Spores. The only downside with Spores is when you get it off of Golden Necker, but I think it gets enough value in other situations that is worth it. And then let the Nest and the Chimeras. Chimeras are actually doing quite well. If you have a row full of drones and you eat a drone, it boosts 8 points. 14 for 5 is pretty darn good. And if you have like 5 drones on a row, boosting 4 of them, 10 for 5 is good. So it's really good, actually, I think, at the moment. And then we have Evolution. It's just the rest of the deck doesn't have the Tatterwing power spike, unfortunately. Because you can kind of see most of the units in the deck are just already just like almost Tatterwing would be better. But we don't want to do that. So that is the deck. As far as changes, I mentioned some. I think I want to do Kikimor Queen again. just to give us a little bit more round, like long round potential there, where we boost all the guys up. I think she's really fun too. So I'd like to add Kikimor Queen to the deck. We already added the Parasite. I kind of want to remove Toad Prince at the moment, but I don't think we have to. Let's see, what else do I not really like at the moment? Behemoth and Toad Prince. I think we can remove Behemoth. The thing with Kikimor Queen is we don't thrive her, we just play the organics. So I think we'll remove Behemoth. And then we have one extra provision still. I think we'll take out maybe Toad Prince, go second Bone Talisman, lean a bit more into the row spam. I think this might be something we move forward with, I think. I like this idea, because this plays more into the row effects here. Kikimor Queen, you got the 2 Bone Talismans now. This is more vulnerable to decks, specifically decks that have like engines that do damage, because you don't have Toad Prince to remove those. And then we also give up the Behemoth, which spawns more guys. This is more vulnerable to control, but I think this might be more just leaning into the identity here. And I really like Kikimor Queen. But anyway, guys, that's the deck discussion and some card options for you. Hopefully you enjoyed. It was a fun one, and we will see you next time. That'll be it for this one, guys. Hope you enjoyed. We'll see you next time. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more. And you can check out some more videos over here. And thanks for watching.